Joining us on the Kelly Alexander Show is producer, vocalist, and DJ Harrison. Make sure you follow him. Check out his website, harrisonmusic.co.uk. I have to ask you, so how did your song, the remix, end up on Heated Rivalry? Like, how did that all play out?
Yeah, so basically what happened was in August this year, I had an email to my team in Denmark, which is where the song was signed to originally. And they said that there's this TV show coming up in Canada, and it's a small TV show, and it's called Heated Rivalry. And would you like to put all the things she said in it? So, obviously, I said yeah, because any exposure for any music that you do is important. And then I kind of like looked more into it, looked what it was about, kind of like Googled who the actors were gonna be. But can I just say, like, what an amazing bunch that they chose to do that. And, Connor and Hudson deserve everything that's amazing that's happening to them. And it's truly like an amazing story. And I'm really, really, really proud to have my song associated with two guys like that. Like, 'cause yeah, it really like they just seem like great ambassadors.
That's amazing. And so, did you ever end up speaking to Jacob or to Rachel? Like, or was it just, yeah?
Rachel then followed me and like found my music and has liked a couple of the comments that I've done. I haven't spoken to her personally, but it was Jacob's idea to put my version of all the things she said in there because he went and looked at every single version of all the things she said, and went through the whole internet and then chose my one. So in a lot of ways, it's a compliment for anybody that's kind of ever remade anything to choose the one particular version. So I'm really thankful that he did that because now obviously I can go in to make a lot more music of which I wasn't going to do up at this point because I've been here for so long, so like
Yeah.
if anything, my album is all thanks to Jacob.
Now you have to tell me what day did things go kaboom for you? Because like so here in Canada, like the show was released in like early December, and then how quickly did your life go from A to B?
15th of December, I'll never forget it. I think it's just going to go in my. I looked at my phone in the morning and I woke up and I rolled over. Obviously, I always grab my phone first thing and I had messages going, "Do you know what's happened? Like, where have you been? This is the best thing I've ever heard," and all of these amazing compliments. And I'm just like, wait, hang on, like, you must have the wrong person. Like, what's going on here? And obviously I'm looking at it all, and it is my song, and I remembered because I'd forgotten at that point that I said yes to the Heat rivalry thing, because obviously it's been months.
Yeah.
So it took a little while for me to click. And then it's like the number one HBO show in America. And then it's like your song is just like climbing up the charts. And then you're seeing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Shazams and millions of people. Like, I think on TikTok now it's like 300 million people have heard the song. 300 million people. It's incredible numbers, and it's growing fast. And obviously, we're not even in Germany or Switzerland or France. And then in England, there's a thing called Sky TV, which is like who has like the big TV channels over here. It's like HBO in America, or a form of like Netflix, but it's normally like cable. It's what they always had. It's where all the TV sports are played, the football and stuff like that. But that's a whole other thing. We're not getting into football versus soccer. But but what I will say is, the actual TV channel started commenting on my. I mean, this is huge. It's like a big thing. Jennifer Lopez posting my song, and you're just waking up, you're singing like, I've never felt more like bamboozled, I guess that's the word, by stuff. Just like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. And just one thing after another thing. And then they're Olympic torchbearers. Yeah, I mean, wow, what an amazing thing. Like, it's just crazy. You can't literally describe it. It's phenomenal.
Can you talk to us about the Olympics? Because there's big news from you for this. Tell
Yeah,
us.
yeah. I had an email last week, which is now done, for the advertising song for the ice skating of the Olympics. So it's pretty cool. I don't know what they're going to use my song with, but I know that they came to find me specifically in order to be able to do this, and I think that that's so cool. So they're going to be using it all over the Olympics as well, and obviously they're torchbearers. So I can't imagine everybody with their film going all the things she said as they're walking along. But it couldn't happen to two nicer guys. They really deserve it.
Have you had a chance to meet or talk to them yet at all, even on a FaceTime or?
No, but I have a feeling our paths are going to cross at some point, and I'm coming to Canada, which is super cool as well. You know,
That's
so
amazing. Can you talk to us about that? So obviously everybody here in Canada, we watch the show on Crave. It's blowing up here. We're playing it on Virgin Radio, the station I work for. So what's happening and what's your love for Canada now?
My love for Canada is huge. I'm gonna need a Hollander top, so if anyone makes one, you need to hit me up because I'm coming and I'm gonna need one to play. And I'm doing shows all across Canada in March, so I'm coming over to see you. And if you want to come to a show and hear like where all the music comes from, not just necessarily all the things she said, all of the stuff across the board, it would be nice for you to come and support this in a way that I see all these heated rivalries parties happening everywhere. Have
Yeah.
you seen them?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just everywhere and they're sold out and it's like 10 nights and it's like night 7 in the same city and I'm like, hang on a minute, wait, like I'm playing like I'm not even there. So I spoke to an agency in Holland who look after Hardwell, who's a massive DJ. He's headlined
Mhm.
Tomorrowland and everywhere, and they were like, "Guys, we're going to take you on and we're going to work together." It's called Anna Agency. It's a really cool place and a lovely bunch of people, and yeah, and then they're working on like whole tours. And I can't wait just to come and it's one thing seeing numbers on the internet, the
Mhm.
another thing to be in the room leading, you know, thousands of people jumping up and down and having a great time and being part of it. Reminds me of like 2016 when I had that for a little short period, but this is a whole different ball game.
Amazing. So at the moment, you don't have dates yet, but when you do, they'll be obviously
Yeah,
posted on your social
I
media.
know it's early March, but I'm
Okay.
literally in the process of sorting out which venue we go first and how we go across Canada. But I'm hitting up a bunch of cities, and yeah, and if I'm coming through, come and say hello.
We cannot wait to have you here. That is awesome. Now, because I'm in Montreal, I have to ask you a few Montreal questions because obviously in the show, Shane plays for Montreal. And
Yes.
so, have you ever been to Montreal, even on vacation, or is this going to be your first time
No,
here?
this will be my first time coming, and obviously Montreal is such an important part to visit. So if I like skip there, then that's just wrong. So don't you worry. That's absolutely something I insisted on coming to. Because I was like, the show starts here, we have to do here. Like it's so important, and they kind of understood.
And I can tell you, once Montreal loves you, which they already do, but when you come in person, we will love you for life. And I guarantee our crowds are different than any other place you're going to go in the country or
Yeah.
anywhere else. So you're coming to the right place. That's
There's
for
so
sure.
many pride parties as well all over the world that have hit me up saying, "Will you play in these parties?" And just yeah, it's really surreal to think how much this whole series has actually become such a cultural
Mhm.
thing. I mean, even with the sports stars, you know, now coming out, it's phenomenal. It's really great. It's like I feel like it's one of those moments that it's good for humanity, whereas I
Mhm.
feel like there's so much bad stuff. So it's nice to be part of something positive.
Have you had to like? I know you talked about how you have this touring agency that's not going to help you. Have you actually had to hire like a manager? Did you already have one before? Like how? Because you this is a lot on your plate.
I've had a lot of managers, none of them have worked out, but the main thing with it, I've met some great people along the way as well, you know. So you got to look at it. It's the music business. There's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows. I think it's about how many times. And that's my advice to anyone that's trying to do anything. Is that you've always got to dust yourself off when things aren't going well and just crack on because you never know what the song's gonna be, right? Like for
Mhm.
me, it was this one, and it was sat at such a plateaued point. I mean, it had already done a couple million streams before it was discovered, but now it's doing that per day, you know, and it's all because it connects with something. Like some of your best songs probably have memories attached to them. I don't know if you feel like that, but
Oh, for sure.
you'll always attach like this thing to that, and I feel like now that the All the Things She Said song is now attached to Heated Rivalry and people loving the series and yeah, it's a like I say, it's a really great step up for me for what I want to do. Now I have a daughter, and I can do this full time again. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm super thankful.
I have to ask you, what is next? We know you're going on tour, but like, when are you going to have time to write new music and produce and all that stuff?
Oh, I already have it. I'm just
Okay.
waiting to drop it. Like I can't. It would be silly to drop because I haven't released music in a year, right? Like I
Okay.
genuinely was at that point. So I've been writing, but writing for myself. So everything that I've been writing has been from like a place of love. Obviously, I have my little girl, and I've got lots of inspiration that's gone into music. It's just nobody's heard it, and I wasn't interested in pushing it. Whereas now, I feel like because there's such a massive audience and people are going to listen, and everybody's like, "What's next? What's next?" It's going to be an album. It's going to be releases and building into some really cool projects and taking this everywhere. And now with the door open, like somebody kicked it down, it's an amazing place to sit in for people to find out about me and what I've been doing and all of this music for all of these years. And I feel like a lot of people have gone into the back catalogue. It's not just about you know all of these songs with all the things you said. It's become I love your song Breathe Me In. Your song Underwater is really cool, or I love that remix that you did of Tainted Love. And like those are my favorite messages. It's like real fans that are getting into it because obviously if you come to a Harrison show, you might know all the things you said, but you also like should check out the other stuff that I've done over the years. I mean, I've got lots of remixes as well. It's like safe songs, but like definitely check out other things because all the things you said will be about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're going to be stood there, and I'm not going to be playing that first.
Yep. No, that's
I know
fair.
you're waiting for that.
That's amazing. I have to ask you, you said obviously Jennifer Lopez, like, featured her, like your song in one of her posts. Has
Yeah,
any, and maybe you can't say, but like, have any artists reached out to you? Like, do you think you'll be
yeah,
collaborating with some bigger people? Okay.
yeah. And again, if I told you see a lot of artists that have that 2003, 2004, massive hit and haven't been discovered yet by Gen Z, for instance, who aren't, necessarily looking for it. Um, they kind of have come out to me and said, "Hey, do you fancy like, do you want to give this a little, a little once over?" And there's so many great songs to do that with. I think everybody has their lanes. Some people they go to listen to like tech house and go to a warehouse and do whatever. I think with me, I resonate with people who are, definitely into like a wider scope of music, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
So yeah, for where it's going, yeah, the collaborations and the possibilities, and even to do it with the real people now,
That's
not just
amazing.
necessarily singing it myself, but actually using the original. Like, that's so cool because that's not just making something special and putting it into a whole new thing.
Now I have to ask you because a lot of people are starting to, learn about who Harrison is. So I have a couple of quick questions. I call them fast facts with Harrison, and I'd love for you to answer. If you could remix any song in history, which one would that be?
Pink, just like a pill.
That's amazing. We're going to put that into the universe for you.
Imagine.
If you could live in any city for a year, for inspiration, like what city would that be and why?
Tokyo. I did a couple shows there, and it's just such
Okay.
a crazy place. They're living in 2046, you know, and anything like on that level, like where it's just efficiency. In Japan, if you're late for a train, they'll give you a ticket because the trains are never late, and it's the only way you can prove that you were late. Because you
Wow.
could lie and say, "Oh, I that my train was late," but they're just not late. So there's a person who gives out tickets just for efficiency. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. That's amazing. I did not know that. What top 40 artist right now would you actually love to collaborate with? Like, is there one?
Yeah, so it's always been Calvin because he's the one that got away. I saw him in a bar about well, actually, this is a true story. Do you know? I mean, I don't know if you know Rita Ora
Yep.
and Calvin, but back in the day, when I was popping off the first time with the David Guetta thing, I was backstage once, and the first time I ever met Rita Ora, she came up with two shots in her hand, put them into my hands, and I grabbed them from her, and she's like, "Right, let's do a shot." And I was just thinking, "You're like an actual pop star. Like at the moment, like you're pretty famous. Like you're like absolutely massive, knocking back shots with Calvin Harris." And I was always thinking, I'm a bit nervous to ask him, "Hey, do you want to feature my vocal on like one of your songs, or do you want to take one of my songs and like and do it together?" And I you know, I wasn't quite like I didn't have the I don't know the energy to do that at the time. Yeah, you know, like fast forward to now, he's the one that got away because I did the David Guetta and I did the Hardwells and everything, and now I need the last one. It's either him or probably Tiesto, and that's just for nostalgia reasons for myself.
Hmm.
But probably you're better off working with someone like Dom Dollar or Disco Lines these days because these people are, you know, really going to next heights.
That's awesome. That's an amazing story, and we're going to put that into the universe for you also. And if you could describe your era right now in 3 words, like the Harrison era, what would you say?
Shocked, um, excited, and finally recognized, I think, would be kind of like where it's at. Like, so I didn't need validation for. I didn't realize that I needed some kind of. So it's not validation. Like, I needed some kind of recognition for not for the fact that I felt like I deserved it, but just the fact that I wasn't crazy.
Yep.
So, yeah, that I feel like that to me was so important to have some kind of like, do you know what? That's I don't hate that. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how, like, and now I feel a lot better. Like I'm not crazy. I didn't just waste 12 years doing something for no reason.
Can you please put a message out to your Montreal fans? Because we are so happy to be playing your song. We cannot wait for you to come to Montreal. What do you have to say?
I'm coming to see you. Like you're on my tour. I'm coming to see you. And yeah, if you're free in early March and you check on my social media, you will see that I'm coming to your amazing, amazing, amazing country. And yeah, I'm coming all the way from England. So I can't wait to see you there.
Amazing. Harrison, thank you so much for doing this. It's been such a pleasure, and we are just excited for you to keep going.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your time.
That is Harrison. Don't forget to check out his website, grab all of his social media handles, harrisonmusic.co.uk.